Welcome back to the Mailman Performance Audio channel. I just want to throw up a quick vid. I hate saying vid. It sounds too, I don't know. It sounds weird. But I'm running into town. Figured I'd just give you guys a quick what's on my mind video. Sorry about the camera angle. That's the best I can do. My wife's magnetic phone holder does not work on my phone. So you guys are laying up on the dashboard. But I want to talk about the mindset of a guy that's been out of the car audio game for so long. You know, back in, I hate saying back in my day, because man, that dates me so bad. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when I was doing 99% of my car audio stuff, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of information around for anybody to soak up. And, you know, I've said this before, what you do know, what knowledge you did come across, a lot of guys were very secretive about it, about, you know, how to make numbers. Everybody wants to make numbers, you know, which is kind of ridiculous to me. You know, back in the day when, you know, I first started out, people go to SPL contests, you play music, you know, flash dance and whatever else, you know, you had to play this track or this and to get bass out of your music or bass out of your system. And then people started realizing, you know, no, we're going to do test tones and burps, and then, you know, you start going to the finals and all of a sudden you did burp and that was it. It was over with. You're like, is that it? Yeah, that's it. And then they didn't play their music the whole entire time they was there. So you stood around for 3 hours to watch a guy go burp and go, oh my God, a 162. You're like, wow, that's a crazy number. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. So I was sitting there thinking about this because, you know, I want to do a flex video on my 315 box, home theater box. And my mindset was, man, I got to get a head unit. I got to figure out how to connect the head unit to music. I don't have, you know, I got a bass CD in my car, but it's in storage. And, you know, what am I going to do about it? And then I was like, wait a minute, I got my phone. And then I'm like, oh, I just need to connect my phone up to the amp. Wait a minute, do they make cords that, you know, a USB-C to RCA? Quick Amazon search, oh yeah, they make them. Why? Well, I need one. But I mean, that's just the mindset of a guy that's been out of the car audio community for 25 years, 30 years. You know, this stuff didn't exist. And I'm trying to change my mindset and kind of get up, you know, they say, you know, you're never too old to learn, and which is true. But then, you know, when you grow up and learning something, and that's kind of the way it is, and then 15, 20 years later, you know, you're totally wrong or it's totally different, you know, you got to switch gears. And for some people, it's very easy to do, and some people it's not. I'm kind of one of those people that's not, you know, once I get set in my ways, I'm pretty set in my ways. But as I've gotten older, I've tried to expand my way of thinking to include newer stuff. You know, I've always been a homebody, and, you know, I've always liked to be quiet and by myself and just kind of like to do my own thing. And for me to even travel anywhere, it was, you know, anxiety every time. Anxiety. I did not like the idea of being stuck somewhere or on my own. And it's something I've had to change over the years. When I got into jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, you know, I never thought I'd cage fight, and cage fighting was one of the most stressful things I've ever did. And, you know, I kind of thought it was going to be one of those things that, you know, if I did it, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, if you do it, you know, you won't, you know, your anxiety will go down. It won't be, and it was just horrible. My anxiety got the best of me, and I hated doing it. And I just realized, you know, some stuff some people are just not wired to do. And you got to find out what those things are. And like I said, I've always been kind of a reserved, you know, sit in the back, watch everybody, you know, pay attention. I try to pay attention and just listen. You know, I want to be the guy in the back that nobody pays attention to, and then I just blurt out an answer that nobody knows. You know, that's kind of how I am. But I mean, it's funny how I'm standing at home in the mailbox, you know, the mailman shows up, I go out to the mailbox, I walk in and I open this package, and it's just something that it just sparked, I don't know, a question or a conversation in my mind about, you know, the way things was 25 years ago compared to the way things are now with the audio community. And, you know, the option of having to, you know, getting to use your phone, you know, to play songs, or different ways of getting our medium. You know, I still want to do CDs. I still like to do CDs. I still think there's a better sound to a CD than there is streaming music, Bluetooth, or whatever. I'll tell you right now, I had set the gains on my amps and used Bluetooth and was streaming it through Amazon, and I never had a single issue. First time I put in a CD, and because I was doing bass music and everything off Amazon, and as soon as I put in a CD, no, the amps did not like it. They kicked into protect. They was not happy, and you could physically tell it was a little bit louder. And it's just you don't have to worry about that, you know, compressed music or anything like that. And I mean, you could just physically tell it was louder. And like I said, the amps, they just those Sundown SIA 3500s was not happy. So I turned everything down a little bit, and hopefully this summer I can get out and start. I'm gonna change a few things. So hopefully this summer I can get out and see you guys and, you know, do demos and stuff like that, because my system is definitely not very loud. You know, it might be high 140s, you know, maybe a 150. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going after numbers. You know, it doesn't, you know, float bricks or anything like that. So, and the bad thing is, the more time I spend around guys that have big systems, the more, you know, you want one. And that's like anything, you know, if you jumped into a top fuel car and made a pass, everything else is going to suck. You know, your 2,000 horsepower, your 3,000 horsepower street car is going to feel like a snail to you, and it just ruins you. You know, anytime you get into a really loud system in car audio, it ruins me, because I'm like, shit, this is great. I could live with this every day. And then you realize, you know, for me to go and do this, I'm gonna have to do this, and this, and then you're rebuilding your whole system, and it's just, I don't know, guys. I'm I want to do baby steps for now, and then eventually my goal is to have a dedicated demo vehicle, just something that I can take to shows, demo in, you know, come see you guys. Demo around town. I want to be able to drive it for now. I don't want to, you know, definitely don't want to road trip in anything. I want to have that discussion sometime if I ever get on a podcast, the difference between having a driver SPL vehicle and the difference between having, say, like just a demo. I know the differences, and I know, but I want to know these people's first-hand experience, you know. If you had to redo it all over again, would you have just a dedicated SPL vehicle, or would you have just a daily driver? Because if you go daily driver, you're going to have to build into something, and you really want to get loud, you got to really build into something that's going to haul the weight around, that's going to get, that's not going to break down all the time. You know, after watching a lot of Jonathan Price's videos and watching him drive his the Neoho around and all that stuff, you know, it was hard on that vehicle. You know, it's very hard on that vehicle, all that weight and speakers and everything. And if you ain't built inside of a heavy duty platform, then you're kind of risking it, because, you know, you're going to break everything. Bass breaks everything anyway, let alone to put it in something that you want to go traveling down the highway with at 70 mile an hour, and you're basically twice as much weight as what you was from the factory. So, all right, well, I'm doing this stupid grocery pickup for the wife. I told her I'd do it. I hate doing these. They're horrible. You know, you can go into the store and get your stuff half the time faster than these people bringing it out to you. So, all right, guys, there's my 10-minute video. I'll try to get a flex video today of the speakers. Maybe I'll drop it first of next week. I'd hate to do a video, 2 videos yesterday, 1 video today, or 2 videos today, 1 video tomorrow. I'll spread them out a little bit. I need a little bit of content in my back pocket. So that's one of the things you got to learn as a creator. You got to have a little bit of content in your back pocket. So, all right, that's just my thoughts, guys. Watch this video if you do. Watch it if you don't. It's just a rambling of an old man. Have a good one.